G'day everyone. Up here at work on night shift changeover. I had to jump in the car so the wind wasn't so bad. But welcome to part 2 of the 1984 Cannonball Run footage. This episode, it's all filmed at the sign-on place. This is where everyone had to come and register and confirm their entries. And then there was a bit of an evening, bit of a driver's briefing. So it's all just raw footage of there. A lot of talk. It's all talking, and there's no car action, but it's history. I find it quite interesting. Comment below what you think, and I'll get on to doing part 3 as soon as I can. It'll be in the next couple of weeks. If you recognise anyone on the footage, drop us a line. Let me know. You may recognise them. You might even be on it yourself. So comment below and let me know if you'd be up for a bit of an interview these days, and give us your thoughts and recollections of the event. But yeah, enjoy, and there's so much good footage here that just can't be lost. It's got to be kept for history. So yeah, tell me what you think.
3561.
753 561. Now, are they home numbers or what?
Yeah, home numbers.
Alright, and whose home number is this one?
That's mine.
Okay,
No one's Robert's. Try Robert's first would be best.
okay. Now, if anyone contacted you by 5:30, could you phone us please? Okay, have you got our numbers?
Do you want?
Do you want to do the duty? Okay.
Brown, GJ.
Brown, GJ.
What did you do? See, that's not which people. Okay, and Robert Alter.
That's right.
That's
right.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Okay. Now, a number we can contact you on tomorrow?
Is he?
221. What about another number?
Yeah, hang on.
233
1588.
1588. Okay, now that's home for Robert. Okay. Fine. Now, if we don't contact you by 5:30, you're to ring us. Have you got our work number?
Yeah, I have got one of your numbers.
Got one of them only.
And, well, is it a 337 number?
Oh, that's one of your numbers, yeah.
Yeah, great. Okay, fine. Now, did you get the tags out for them?
Nope.
No? Okay. Fine. Alright. X and Robert.
B Longshore. Langshaw, right.
We have these moments, don't we?
French. Next one.
It's got everything else, but
Keep doing that. Just mopping up. Excuse me. We're on camera.
showing my makeup. Thank you.
Real exciting stuff.
46
2741
1146.
146. Okay. number. That's one of the gentlemen. I'll be calling on you.
Got a big game.
You're at work, John?
Oh, yeah.
John's working on
I
it.
might be, yeah.
What you working
I'll
on?
either be at home or at work, one of
Okay.
those two.
Well, give me, which one do you think? Take a two.
You'll probably both.
Okay, well, listen. If we haven't phoned you by 5, can you phone the office? You've got the number, haven't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, your last
Next door, in French. We know
Yeah, all the details will be explained to you before you go. Ah, right.
A good run down.
Oh, good. Maybe let's hope we have
Just
a
missed
run
out a
across.
few nights.
Yeah. Oh, you see. Oh, right, did it work, did it? Did it? Oh, great.
Oh, I got the last one, then we got another one. I took one out to put one in actually.
Oh, I see. Well, actually, I was speaking to a gentleman. He said that he's run off with a jogger.
Come again?
Okay, now.
About 5 you can give you a ring.
No, before 5, but just
Before
sometime during the afternoon, later, like say between 3 and 5. Okay, great.
Still there?
Yep.
Fine, thank you.
Alloy?
Hello, you've got him.
That's as far as you go.
Hanson? There's Eloy.
David, why the tight security?
Well, the only thing we're worried about at the moment is the media. We had some bad media earlier on with the Truth newspaper, rather controversial issues where we had some vital information taken from our offices. So we have to be very cautious that we don't want any... We've got media coming, the right media that we want, responsible journalists. We don't want irresponsible journalists in. Plus we're just checking all the entries at the moment to make sure that we have all their information, that they know what's going on, safety precautions, things like that.
They're being pretty closely scrutinised.
Very closely, so that we know who it is, that they are an entry and they're not just somebody off the street.
No one knows where the race started.
That's right, only me. The reason for that is that it holds such an interest within the public. Everybody knows, everybody wants to know about it. That when the start is made public, or if it was made public, you'd have 20, 30,000 people there. And it just would be uncontrollable crowds for us anyway. We'd have to hire crowd controller to make extra work for the police department. We just don't want that. It's a private affair. It's just for the people concerned.
Is it also a safeguard against police maybe blocking the start?
No, the police have been invited to the start. They are coming along. They'll be full aware, they know what's going on, they know where the checkpoints are, they know where the start is. They are involved. So no, to your question, no.
Tennis, some people play golf, you know, so you start driving.
So you've taken a week off work,
Oh, we left Tuesday morning from Perth.
and when do you anticipate getting back?
I think it's Sunday morning we get back. So it's not a week. Still won't be away from work a week. So
Right, and have you got any chance of winning?
like anybody else, you're not in, unless you win it. Or you've got to be in it to win it. So.
Oh yeah. Johnson. That's one of them. Got they? So that one. What do you reckon? Talked about Cannonball today when we were because someone broke into the office and broke into the flying cabinet. Yeah.
That's why they've got a home sport, so...
The finding out, I was talking to a guy here. I was trying to do it today. You reckon he's just a non-person? No, yeah, one who's in the race. What will he do?
Be nice. Nice as possible.
Will you give your own name?
I've got no choice.
I suppose. Choice. You've got to show your driver's license.
You're going to give me your license?
How long do you expect to take?
How long it'll take? I haven't worked it out really, just when we get there, we get there.
I worked it out, sitting on the speed limit, get there about Perth about Sunday lunchtime. Expect to sit on the speed limit? Oh yeah. Most of the way. Nullarbor might be a problem. Couldn't expect a little over 2 seconds.
Where were we?
Yeah, where were we?
talking about your track.
Oh, yeah. Well, I know they have barrel races and all sorts of stuff like that. Things like that. Yeah.
Say put you behind the wheel with the blindfold on and get Sharon to tell you where to go.
No, I've done that before. That was good fun.
Drive with the rope out the window when the stations come in.
It's a guy from
What actually made you enter the event?
I'm the director.
What made you enter the event?
Something different, bit of fun.
Not the money?
The money, or it would help, pay for the petrol.
The challenge.
Real challenge.
Yeah, just a challenge.
The conversation.
Oh, we say I got the car ready.
What made you enter this event?
I like to win. Why? I am. I like to win everything. I've always been a winner, always will be. I got talked into it, it's a free ride.
No holds barred?
No, I just want to win.
That's been
Yeah, alright. Whatever you say. Definitely, you've got to stick to them. Yep. It's illegal to go to the school. I wouldn't want to do anything wrong now. They're the drivers, I'm watching. They're driving.
He's reading the maps.
Yeah, they're watching, I'm watching, they're driving. The guy is facing backwards with a pair of binoculars.
What's the biggest problem?
The biggest problem
It's going to be cops, obviously.
publicity, lots of cops. You have to take it easy. You're right, stick to the speed limit.
What are you driving?
Yeah, Commodore. Like about every second person, I suppose. Everyone's got a Commodore. Good Australian stock. Commodore. Of course, why not? But the cup's much better. Great big silver cup. Who wants prize money? Need something to hang on the mantelpiece.
Yeah, it's got nothing to do with the money. It's just the novelty of going in an event and enjoying oneself. How often does an opportunity like this come up just to get out there and have a bit of something different? You meet a big bunch of blokes. Now everyone's standing around and not got much to say to each other, but the other end of this run, everyone's going to be good friends and you're going to meet each other along the way and have a lot of stories to tell, and I reckon that's where the value's going to be.
Somebody broke down the Nullarbor just took the help.
No. Oh, we stop and laugh. If you want to lift somewhere, well, sure, you'd stop picking up and giving a lift, but you're not going to stop and waste an hour. It's not part of the race. We don't expect people to stop for us.
So how can you remain late?
Because I don't think anybody expects anybody else to go that far. It's a common thing. If that was expected of everyone, well then that would be fair enough. But I can't see that it is.
How do you plan a race without detail?
You don't. You just do what you can.
What made you enter the event?
Something different.
What, the money?
Nah, I would have done it for nothing.
How do you plan for an event if you don't know the start or the finish?
Oh, you don't need to know those. You just make sure your car's right, you've done all the right things, and you're ready to go from wherever and whenever.
Brotherly love. They look after each other. And talking about looking after each other, would you help somebody else in Nullarbor?
Depends what was wrong with it. If they run out of juice, that's their bad luck. If they have an accident, well, obviously you stop and help. But I mean, if they've just broken down or something, well, that's their bad luck, unfortunately.
So it's no holds barred?
Oh, I mean, wouldn't put it like that, but I mean, as long as no one's hurt, well, you wouldn't stop.
Have you prepared for this race?
I spent the last 4 months building a car, especially for the event.
How do you prepare a car for this sort of race?
Long range petrol tank, a few other bits and pieces. You make sure everything's bolted on properly and everything's right.
What sort of problems can you look for?
Oh, probably hitting kangaroos or sort of animals on the road. That'll be the main worry.
What about the police?
Well, we're not going to be speeding, so it doesn't matter.
Are we back London to a brick on that?
Yes. Legal all the way.
Wait a second, you entered in the race? Okay, you entered in the race as a team. How do you expect to go?
As well as anybody else.
What are you driving?
Golf and GT.
What sort of problems do you expect to face?
I don't have any problems at all.
And what about the police?
We'll leave them alone if they leave us alone.
You expect to stay on the speed limits?
As much as possible, yeah. At least in the towns anyway.
How do you prepare for a race like this?
Well, just gone completely over the car to make sure everything's going well. Improve on economy a little bit. That's about it.
And what sort of problems do you foresee?
I don't think we'll have any problems at all as long as their fuel consumption stays within reasonable limits.
Is this a family effort?
No, family.
How many drivers will you have?
2.
That's quite short. Most of them have got 3.
More weight.
How will you get over the boredom?
No, it won't go for that long. We'll have to worry about it.
Have you done this sort of thing before?
No, I would have been doing a lot of interstate driving, so...
Truck driving?
Yeah. So the driving won't worry me.
Okay, no logbooks this time?
No, that's one thing we won't have to worry about.
Okay, thanks. You can take that. Whenever you're ready, mate. Okay, you've got a couple of Porsches. What's your strategy in this sort of race?
What have we got?
I didn't hear you.
You've got a Porsche entered in this race?
Oh, yes.
Yes, sort of, yes.
It's a very old car.
It's a very old car, but I hear that it's been modified.
Very little, very little. The action is not on speed, actually. Speed is not the case in this instance. Anyone who's going to blast his way all the way from here to there won't get there.
So what is the trick to it, do you think?
Well, I think a lot of stamina, patience, reliability, stop as little as possible, good economy in the cars.
You've got a plan
sensible driving. Oh yes, we've got a plan.
You've got a plan to try and get through without stopping.
I don't think you can get through without stopping, but I think you can minimise your stops and be quite sensible about driving within, say, the limits of the law, to say the least. There's nobody getting stopped by the cops, even if you're in the right. I hope they don't make it difficult. We don't intend to go over the speed limit.
Do you think many people here do intend to go over the speed limit?
I don't know, but I think it would be foolish under the adverse publicity, that we've had, that they should sort of endeavour to get out and be lead-footed, because they will be either pulled up or they'll be, they won't get there. It's just too long a way to be ruthless with a car.
Including?
One car? 3 of them, one car. Just talk amongst yourselves just about anything to do with the race. I mean, just any aspect of it. Just maybe the police, maybe the mileage, maybe anything. Just go for it.
Well, we won't consider it as a race, just a fun run.
Just a fun run. Yes. Just an adventure.
As long as the radar works, we've come too far to get into trouble. Just a fun run for us. Yeah, just a fun run. Keep us occupied, anyway.
What do you reckon the main problem is going to be on a race like this?
Could be the fuel stops. Pulling in, getting going again.
David. No, if it's like David says, and he's got us on good roads, there's no problems. It's just a matter of staying out of trouble. It's not going to be the fastest one that'll get there, is it?
But how do you stay out of trouble?
You drive safely, try to pick where you can really move along, and just do the right thing in general. It's a fun run for most people, let's face it.
So it's not the $10,000 at the end?
It would be lovely, yes. It would be lovely, but who can count on that?
Participation.
Just the first, to be in the first of something like this for years. I've been intended to drive from Sydney, eat your heart out, to Perth, and when this came up, I just happened to get it out of a magazine one day. I rang David, and I said, I'm in. And everyone concerned reckon you're crazy, but this, can I go next time? But there'll be no next time for a first run.
What do you think?
It's just the fact I wanted to drive the Nullarbor. I love driving, and I'm not a spring chicken anymore. Yeah?
This is the big one, yeah?
This is the big one. No, not necessarily, but...
What do you think the type of people that are here tonight? I mean, it's a real mixed crowd, don't you?
It's certainly a mixed crowd, yes. At this stage, we look to be about the best dressed here. What do you reckon? Because we took David at his word, said, yes, it's a real dress-up do. So why not? We couldn't carry too much gear anyhow. No, we're pretty well set for it. We intend to have a fun run, enjoy ourselves. We have been set.
What are you driving? Right, I'll keep up. Right.
What's the question?
What are you driving?
Ford ESP. It's automatic.
Automatic?
Automatic, yes, the wife's car. She doesn't really know that I've gone yet. Is that okay? You won't tell her, will you? This won't go on the news or anything like that.
The last, this will be the last drink you take before you drive?
I'm not driving.
Sure. No drinks on the road?
No way, no. Not worth it.
You're going to be stopping to help anyone out in the Nullarbor?
Well, it depends. If we can help them, well, it depends on the situation. If we have to, if they're in trouble, obvious trouble, we will, but if they've got a flat tyre and they're capable, we'll pick them up on the radio anyway.
What about if you're in the lead?
If we're in the lead, what do you mean?
Would you stop?
It depends on the situation, it really does. Yeah, it depends. I mean, if someone's hurt or something, we'd probably stop, but if they've just got a flat tyre, no. Okay?
And in this sort of thing?
Yeah, first time.
How do you expect to go?
Oh, much chance as anybody else, I suppose.
What are you driving?
Valiant. Pretty, you know, just a Valiant, that's close enough. If you know too much, you'll tell everybody.
Tell us about it. What's the Valiant?
Huh?
What's in it?
An early model one.
What's in it? What's under the bonnet?
Oh, just a 6.
How do you prepare for a race that you don't know the start or finish to?
How do we what?
Prepare for the race.
Well, a lot of work, a lot of money. Started from scratch.
I hope so.
Do you think your car's capable of winning?
Yes.
Who is going to win? I mean, what sort of driver is going to win, or what sort of car? Is it the driver that's going to win, or is it the car that's going to win?
Both, and a good team behind you. And good work in the garage.
There's no backup, right?
No backup, but there's a lot of people with backup, I think.
Plenty of home aren't used to driving that distance either.
I'm the organiser. I'm the guy you will talk to on the phone. Don't ask me why I've done this, but I have. I'll introduce you to all the organisers so you know who everybody is. Wayne Jonas, he's my full-time solicitor who's keep me out of trouble. Gary Batten, he is the second checkpoint person. Roger does the second checkpoint. Carolyn's my secretary. She does all the paperwork. If you've got any problems with any information you want to know, she's the person you see. Andrew does the second checkpoint with Gary, and Henry is the timer. He mans the timing computer. So if you've got any arguments about the timing, you see him. Okay? What I'll do is I'll go through all the major points with everybody. If you've got any questions, we'll just go on questions because it's the easiest way to do it, okay? Good. Right, the air support, which is all the aircraft that we're using. We're using helicopters in Melbourne and helicopters in Perth, and we're using a light plane across the way. Some of you will see it, some of you won't. The reason the light plane is being used is for safety precautions. If anybody breaks down or happens to have an accident, not through speeding but through any other reason, we can get to you or notify somebody because there's some desolate areas out there, so we can sort of get help to you or notify the police or whatever. On the point of the police, people have been saying to me, look, what about the police? Are they going to arrest us? I have an undertaking from the police department that won't happen. There'll be no victimisation. There won't be checkpoints or stops outside the start location to stop everybody and do roadworthies. There won't be that. We've asked the police along tonight. They are here. They're listening. They're going to see what they think and they'll talk to me later. I don't see any problems. You've got to forget what the Truth print. The reason the Truth happened was that our offices were broken into. All the information was taken and it was set up as a sensational blasé story. Most of what the Truth have printed is rubbish. We don't know anything about it. Even the police have said to us that all the comments that they've made, or a percentage of them, have been rubbish. So that's basically all we've got to say on the Truth. They're not here tonight. We've had them trying to get in. That was the reason that we've changed start and briefing locations so many times, because each time we'd set a new location, the information was either stolen or whatever. That's why we moved offices to a high security office system. Accommodation is at the Shadow Commodore in Perth. It's a 4-star hotel. All the accommodation is prepaid for the Sunday night. We arrive Sunday 10 or 11, 9, 10 o'clock. I don't know what time people arrive, whenever people start arriving. The finish location you'll be given at the start. I'll go through all that with you later. When we all finish, there'll be a very big festive occasion at the finish. We have a very big dancing girls, marching bands, champagne, warships, helicopters, parachuters, you name it, we've got it. You name it, we've got it. So there'll be a bit of a festival on after it, so people can either stick around and enjoy the fun, or they can go back to the hotel and rest up for Sunday night. Okay? The banquet is held about 100 yards up from the Shadow Commodore at the King's Ambassador Hotel. It's a reception centre very similar to this, probably not as big as this place, but it's a nice place. That starts at 7:30 as per your documents. You'll be given more documents tomorrow afternoon when you turn up at the start for you to read on the way. Right, the start. What's going to happen with the start is we can't avoid the possibility. We're not worried about the police turning up. They're going to be told where the start is to help us help you. We don't want the media turning up. We want selective media. We have our own media people from each particular newspaper that we trust will give us responsible media and won't give us slander and rubbish. We're going to keep the start a secret. What we will do, that's why we've taken phone numbers. We will phone you but we'll start phoning people at 4 o'clock. Everybody will be phoned by 5 o'clock and we'll be told where the start location is, and it'll be your job to get there. And you'll have to be there by 6 o'clock. Okay, everybody will have ample time to get there. We'll stagger it so that the first ones that are called are the ones that are furthest away from the start location. The start location is, the start location is about 15 to 20 k's out of Melbourne. It's in a country area, okay, so that when you leave the start location, you don't have to go through any towns or any built-up areas. After discussions with the police, they felt that was the best way to do it. We were going to new shopping centres and all sorts of different things, but we've decided to have a very low-key start and really push it at the finish and have a big publicity, because once it's over, then we've got no problems. That's why we're keeping the start and the checkpoints to finish for the media, and we don't want the public there. If the public were to find out where it was, you can imagine we'd have so many people there it wouldn't be funny. We'd have 10, 20,000 people there, and with those people comes all their cars and all the hot rods and all the hooligans, and then you're all going to be racing guys up the road, and we don't want that, okay, because it makes it look good, looks bad for next year. This year has been a lot of trouble, a lot of problems for us. We've had real big teething problems. You know, a couple of times I've wanted to throw it away because of the problems we've had, but we've pulled it together and we've got this far, so it's going to happen. Next year we've got a bigger event planned, so we're hoping that this year will go well. And that's what I'm saying to everybody, for Christ's sake, don't bugger it up on us. Be responsible, think about what you do, and don't drive at 240 k's all the way, go through red lights and run people over, because it doesn't work. You're not going to win. The guy who does 100 k's all the way, obeys the speed limits, gets in and out of fuel stops, doesn't stop for fuel breaks, doesn't stop to go to the toilet, he's the guy that's going to win. Okay? That's how it works. And that's basically all this. I think question time now.
What time delay is there between starters?
2 minutes.
Where we've got the ballots?
The ballots were meant to be drawn tonight, but I was in such a rush, I left all the numbers at home. So we will have to do them at the start location, but that's not going to be a problem. It's just a matter of everybody getting together and pulling them out.
Number one, you know. Okay, sleep and dream about that.
No.
Why don't we pick a location, like let us know at 4 o'clock where to start, and then tell them, say, well, we'll start in half an hour or something at this other place. Like everyone's in their cars, all the competitors are in there, and nothing can leak from nowhere. Why can't it work that way?
And leave it to organisers.
Yeah.
They know the
Do you want to answer that one?
I agree with David. You're just attracting public attention, which is what we're trying to minimise.
Right. We've really looked at everything, and it's not going to work like that.
That's what we've paid the money for.
You stated that there was 2 checkpoints along the way.
Right.
Yet when you were introducing your associates there, you introduced nobody for the first checkpoint. Unless I misunderstood. No.
He does the first one. He does the second one. Did I say first? He did. Did I say first? Sorry.
All right.
When do we find out where the checkpoints are tomorrow night?
Yep. Tomorrow afternoon you'll have, but the earlier, as soon as you get there, you'll be given your kits.
How many
okay?
road maps do we need?
Oh, basically what you've got.
Are the checkpoints in Victoria or New South Wales? Or
No, don't.
you can't?
Hang on. What does it mean, basically, what you've got?
Well, obviously you've got maps to get from Melbourne to Perth, haven't you?
No.
You haven't got any maps? What you need? I mean, you know, you're better to get your own. We'll give you maps, sure.
Of the area they cover.
Yeah, we'll give you maps all the way across.
Like it's only a trip across here. Just when the maps were to be supplied with the route,
Right.
a minimum of 2 hours beforehand.
They will be.
And they were all the maps that we were to need, so we didn't.
They are.
We didn't worry about it.
They are. No, you can use any route you like.
I realise that, yeah. Just go.
Hang on, hang on.
You want a better.
I'm sorry?
What's the prize for
The prize is that they're being organised by the people at the other end, the Chamber of Commerce of Perth. They've organised all our prices.
Do we get judged before we leave or when we get to Perth?
Judged for what? Oh, well, yeah, I'll make that decision.
So we don't have to drive to Perth?
No. It'd be nice to finish that like that, though.
You get flustered at the end.
What do you actually contain in the kit?
I didn't hear, I'm sorry, again?
What do you actually contain in the kit that you're going to give
It will
to
give you all
guys?
the locations of the checkpoints, emergency procedures if you happen to break down, or your contact numbers for us where all the people are staying for the checkpoints, where we're staying in Perth. So if you need to contact us, you can. Checkpoint locations, finished locations, and all the maps associated with. Okay, when I say maps, I mean
maps of the area.
I mean maps. Although I could get there on those maps if I was just planning a day trip and I wasn't in any hurry or wasn't trying to plan shortcuts or anything like that. Okay, but if you want to plan shortcuts, I haven't got the minerals maps, or they're the way to go. You know, you're going to have to get those yourself if you want them. We supply maps like a Melways, just a basic map. Shell maps. You know, if you want maps, and do it yourself.
David?
Is there any...
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Can we all agree on a channel?
To do at the start. Because what I'll do there, I'll get everybody aside in groups that have got the radios and decide it among yourselves.
Will the aircraft be on a CB band or a UHF band?
No, not to the competitors.
I beg your pardon?
Not to the competitors.
So what, we've got no contact with the
No.
airplanes?
No,
Why not?
because it's against the law.
I thought we were going to be supplied with
radios.
We were negotiating with a company to do it, and they've let us down.
I hate to say it, David, but I believe the checkpoint's in Sydney. I'm going to go through Sydney. Is that right?
Could be.
Second one investment.
So we've got to use our
What's it title? What do we have to do with the checkpoints? Is it sign in or?
Okay, what'll be there? There'll be a car, have its lights on, flashing. It'll have a table, possibly. There'll be enough lighting there so that you know what's going on. There'll probably be a film crew there, so there'll be plenty of lights, as you can see. All you'll have to do, you'll have a card in your kit that'll have checkpoint 1 and checkpoint 2. They all have a stamp that has to be stamped. Okay, and you have to have that at the finish.
Just get a paper stamp?
That's right.
Don't pick up anything of any...
No, just get it stamped.
Well, you ain't got a stamp.
Yeah, we made our own stamps. Stamps don't work and the lights don't work, and we've got to ensure that you don't get lost out there, and we've got to spend $5,000 in helicopter fees to try and find you.
David?
Good.
How are you going to police this thing from what have you...
We've got the initial documents. Protest to be lodged at the finished within... You wrote those, tell me.
30 minutes.
30 minutes, yeah. 30 minutes after after you finish, protest to be lodged, and our decision is final. Just same as Cam's.
I mean, the Saturday night thing is not out of the question.
It'll be manned before you get there, because we'll be in phone contact with the second checkpoint. So when you go through there, we'll know what time you'll finish. But I know what time.
get drawn out of a hat. You're going to sort of let the car go out as they come in.
Right.
140 minutes between the first and the last one.
Right.
Half the man who computer is really on the ball.
Yeah, he is.
But that's the way it's going to happen. You can't have all the cars in there first and then let them out at 2 minutes intervals.
Have you set down any rules yourself for the event?
Excuse me, hang on. Oh, John, can you come up here?
In what way? About the start?
Yeah.
Are all the cars going to be... The drivers are going to be telephoned.
Right.
And they're going to meet at the place at a certain time.
Right.
Are they going to be let out as they get there, or are they going to wait there until everyone is there?
Everybody will wait till everybody is there. So we've got everybody
so
in
we're
one
going to
big
have all the entrants in the one place.
That's right.
So what and they're going to be let out?
No, they've got to be there by a certain time.
Oh, certain time, no worries.
Well, when we ring you up, we'll say you've got to be there by...
So what happens if you're half hour late?
Yeah. Sorry?
What happens if you are half hour late?
Make sure you're not.
We'll give you a...
It's not a case of what happens if you are half an hour late. What happens if you're still working on the car and you're not worried about half an hour, providing your start time was nominated. If you had a ballot tonight,
right.
you'd know that. Just hear me out. If you had a ballot tonight, you'd know that your start time was 4:02 p.m. And at 4:02 p.m. your card's punched. If you're not there for half an hour to pick it up, stiff. You've got half an hour to make up on the road.
That's right.
Didn't you hear the gentleman say that it's not going to start for 1 hour after you're all there? Well, all right, if you've got a half an hour up your sleeve, it means instead of you waiting an hour, you only wait half an hour. What's the
We'll start the time when you get there. Okay? We can start the timer. We can start Saturday morning. You just turn it on the back. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. You've still got a chance to win the time. If you want an hour late, just phone, give you a contact number, phone, running license, that's all, whatever.
Just repeat that. You're saying if you're above the speed limit or a disqualification speed, you're then finished. That's so everyone knows what you're talking about.
What we're planning is next year we're going to go over the limit. Any speed infringements, any infringements that the law or that any state will go through will mean disqualification. And the reason for it is next year, if you want to run a bigger and better event, and we've got a lot of money being offered to us by big sponsors, big companies are saying, if you can do it this year, we'll 10 times your prize money. Which means we'll have 100 grand to give away. And then we start doing categories. So we've got a 1 in 10 chance of winning $10,000.
Just rephrase that speed bit then. In other words, any speed infringement whatsoever is disqualification. That's right. That's
If you stop a stop sign, that's more. But if I'm American,
it's all right. So
I have an undertaking for the person. They're not going to stand out there and pull you up the road on the road, and they're not going to say the headlights out of alignment, you're off the road. They're not going to do that. If that happens, you can come to me and say, this is the situation, it would be good that one seat up the headlights out of alignment, and I'll say, no, I'll sort that out, okay? I mean, that's just honest. So it's better to do that to make a decision. Always fine.
you've been there, it's probably the rest of your having a look anyway. So, you know, I think it's like, as soon as you hit the state or something,
When I say it stops.
And I don't think that just simply because you haven't stopped on a stop sign, you should be disqualified. I think you should endeavour to stop on every stop sign.
It said that Cam said everything was okay, but since then, I've heard that Cam said
Yeah, that's right. They gave us an undertaking on the phone. We went down and saw them. No worries, yeah, she's right, no problem. Okay, then when it all started to build up and it turned into a great event and we had lots of entries and everything was great, they said no. We went down and we met with them and they said,
Are we
unless you get us, unless we become involved. Their attitude was, unless we become involved, and you do this, which was going. One of the regulations that we had to do was we had to. Sorry.
So we'd have to lose our CAMS licenses through it?
Take it up.
Have you got a CAMS license?
Yeah.
You are?
No.
Huh? What?
No.
Right.
Hey, surrender it tomorrow, seriously.
But I've got a solicitor, and he's coming from the country, and he is an entrant. And yet,
What time do you anticipate people turning up at Perth, in Perth time?
about 9, 10 a.m. Sunday morning.
10 a.m. That's how many hours is the race duration? Makes it about 40.
Have you?
Yeah, we
I think.
depending on the weather, the weather's going to make a hell of a lot of difference. We think
You're there early.
daylight savings, time changes.
Well, we might be making a mistake. This seems to be a bit of a worry.
7,800 kilometres.
Oh.
Yeah, possibly a bit more. I'm not telling you.
Yeah, I know. I've seen it.
Canberra. No.